Next one is Brian Johnson replaces Bon Scott in AC/DC. And dude,
huge.
Right? Did you know, Jeff, I didn't know this. Did you know Back in Black is the second most selling album of all time?
I wasn't sure if it's the second, but it's just, I knew it was just huge.
Behind Michael Jackson's
stratosphere.
Behind Michael Jackson's Thriller. Welcome back to the two 80s Dudes podcast. It's Billy May, your hat dude wearing 80s rocker with Jeff the Goldman Goldstein. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. Fantastic.
All right, you gotta get a little brighter now.
My old boss used to say that. He's so fantastic.
So to click like, click subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified when we have updated podcasts coming out. And we've got a great topic today because our last topic was who was the best singer. Now, I know like we were kind of debating.
Our topics are getting better.
Topics are getting better. And now remember at the beginning of the last podcast, Jeff, it was like, okay, with the top singers. And you're like, well, they can't be solo singers, right?
Well, you got a little upset about that.
But you didn't clarify, dude.
The bands.
You just said.
I know I didn't.
Right.
It actually hit me before we were getting, making the podcast.
Okay. Well, so this week's topic, and this is very simple. Best replacement singers. Now, what defines a replacement?
I just want to say one thing. We're not perfect. So that's why we're arguing here.
We're not perfect, but we're doing best replacement singers. And so what is a replacement singer?
This is a good topic. I like this.
This is a good topic. What is a replacement singer? And I'm going to tell you, I always try to have like a,
I remember going over this with you I felt like you were a little hesitant about it, but.
Well, no, because so my question becomes, what's the criteria? What makes a replacement singer? Here's my opinion, dude. Okay. Mm-hmm. So my opinion is the band had to be known beforehand. Okay. And then they found success with the new singer. So why do I say that?
I think it has to be relatively a large band that was able to overcome and either stayed, relevant or even got, large.
Yeah. Now, and on my list, which I'm going to go first this week on my list, I have some replacement singers that they replaced a singer and maybe they've kept that band going. You know what I mean? Over time. So maybe they didn't record new material or whatnot, so that's my idea of replacement singer, Jeff. So,
I mean, I think you're right on.
Okay.
I think we're in the percent.
Okay, cool. All right. So no specific order. Here's my list. And then so I'll do my list, Jeff, then you'll do your list, and then we'll kind of battle it out to get our top 10. And then we're going to narrow it down to our amount.
Boom, boom, boom. Go.
Boom, boom, boom. All right. You ready? All right. So no particular order.
I love that hat. That hat's really growing on.
Look at that, dude. Check that out. So that's the USS Fort Lauderdale. Okay. I was at the commissioning of the ship in Port Everglades. I live locally here, born and raised Fort Lauderdale area. And I went to the commissioning back in July of 2022. My best friend, Pete Milani, lives in Texas. Hats off to you, Pete. He and I went to this.
I don't even know you, but hello.
But a little interesting story too is he and I went to this, and he and I had went to the first Navy ship commissioning back in Port Everglades in 1987, right before I went to Navy and right after he went into Marines boot camp. So we had kind of a reunion back in 2022, the USS Fort Lauderdale.
Yes.
So thank you.
Badass hat. I
appreciate that, my friend. All right, so let's jump right in. My first one I'm going to go with, okay, and this is a singer that replaced a legend, and I think he did a pretty damn good job. And they recorded 2 albums, and it was Ronnie James Dio replaced Ozzy in Black Sabbath, and they cut Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. And I think those 2 albums kick freaking ass, dude.
Yeah.
I really do.
I agree 100%. And I'm a huge Dio fan, so.
Yeah. I mean, he was in Rainbow beforehand with Richie Blackmore.
But and dude, Elf.
And Elf, right? But dude, those albums, that Heaven and Hell album, it really kicks ass, dude. Neon Nights.
Some people like that better than the Ozzy Black Sabbath.
Some people do. Yeah, some people do. Now, he left after only 2 albums, but I think he's definitely on there.
I agree 100%.
All right. So that's my first. My second one, we're going to stick with kind of hard rock. Okay. Ian Gillan replaced Rod Evans in Deep Purple. Okay. Ian Gillan replaced Rod Evans in Deep Purple.
Yep.
Deep Purple actually came out in 1968. They had a hit song called Hush. Richie Blackmore wanted to go more hard rock. They brought in Ian Gillan. He played another band at the time, and he was in there for about 4 or 5 years. They recorded a few albums. Machine Head. He did My Woman from Tokyo. He did Highway Star. Ian Gillan's got some very, very powerful chords, man. So Ian Gillan to me now. Also, Deep Purple had a lot of moving parts. Ian Gillan was replaced by David Coverdale, who Robert Plant always calls David Cover version.
And Glenn Hughes.
But and Glenn Hughes, that's right, and Glenn Hughes, right? But
that's a great album too.
Yeah, I'm going Ian Gillan. So that's my first two. So a lot of these are hard rockers, but my next one we're going to continue with kind of hard rocker is this one is a huge one, and Bruce Dickinson and Iron Maiden actually replaced a guy named Paul Di'Anno. And
he just passed away like about a year ago.
He did. Oh, that's right. Yeah. He did, didn't he? Yeah.
He was like he couldn't walk anymore. He had I think some really bad health issues. And
sad story.
Yeah.
Sad story. But Bruce Dickinson, that dude's got some pipes. He still sings. He still plays. He still flies a freaking jet airliner and tours.
He does everything. He's playing. Yeah, he's flying, doing Maiden, doing solo albums, and he really
stood the test of time. They finally went to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
His presence is insane.
Totally. Now, I kind of thought, well, gee, was Iron Maiden really known before he got there? They recorded 2 albums, and they were huge in England. They were kind of got some airplay in the States, not really. But when Bruce Dickinson came,
those first 2 albums are really good, actually.
They are good. Yeah. They are good. But it was when he came, the 3rd album was Number of the Beast, and that's when they really just blew up.
Yeah.
So you can really say hats off to Bruce Dickinson. So I got him. Next one, I'm going to go softer here. And this is the big one. It's huge. It's, of course, my favorite band. But Steve Perry replacing Greg Rowley.
I got that. We have a lot of stuff on very similar here.
I mean, that just sent them into the stratosphere. So that's a given. But so I guess kind of say that, but more, I'm going to say Arnel Pineda replacing Steve Perry, dude. I mean, Arnel Pineda is on his last tour journey right now. It was a great story. He was in the Philippines, and
we're a touring band with him. I think they did 1 or 2 albums.
They did, and he did record some new music with Journey. You're right, but
I think the great thing with Journey was that Steve Perry kind of rolled into the band, and they still had Greg Rowley for a little while. So it was
those first few albums.
It was a good transition, and they got to play, and they did some really good music together. So I don't know.
Oh no, you're 100% right.
Very cool. Usually it doesn't happen like that.
And those songs that Perry and Greg Rowley sang together, excellent song. Feel
amazing. I love how they work together.
Yes, that was a very, very smooth transition. So out of those, I don't know, man. I don't know if I should go Steve Perry or Arnel Pineda. I'm not. I got to figure that out. But I mean, the cool thing about Arnel is that Neil Sean found him on YouTube 2008, and he's kept Journey going. Remember, and Journey was still kind of big in the 2000s, but they when they brought Arnel in and they did a tour, and remember, Don't Stop Believing was in the last show of the Sopranos. You know what I mean? Arnel was really kind of sent them. I mean, Perry sent them in the stratosphere, and Arnel brought him back into that stratosphere. So I don't know about that. So, anyways, next one is Brian Johnson replaces Bon Scott in AC/DC. And
huge,
right?
Huge.
I mean, dude, did you know, Jeff? I didn't know this. Did you know Back in Black is the 2nd most selling album of all time?
I mean, I wasn't sure if it's the 2nd, but it's just, I knew it was just huge.
Behind Michael Jackson's
stratosphere.
Behind Michael Jackson's Thriller, it sold like 80 million albums. I mean,
the album's incredible. I'm like sick of it, even though it's like an amazing album. Amazing.
So, I mean, how can you argue with that success? And Bon Scott was great, but Brian Johnson, dude, I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, so
incredible.
That's huge.
I mean,
yeah.
Those singers, I'm like, it's hard to even say, I'm a big Bon Scott fan, but I love Brian Johnson. So, I mean,
that's huge.
And he was very flattering. He never really crapped on Bon Scott. He took the torch where the torch is passed, unfortunately. So he did great.
And he sang. I mean, Steve Perry was totally different than Greg Rowley, but dude, Brian Johnson and Bon Scott at first, did you really know the difference? I mean, they were kind of similar.
I mean, I kind of know the difference, but it doesn't matter. They were perfect. I mean, they picked the perfect lead singer.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And Brian Johnson could sing a lot of the Bon Scott stuff too when he does.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
He does it great. Yeah, I mean, he's fantastic.
No, I don't. I don't think it's that vast of a difference. Is my point between Ryan Johnson and Bon Scott, but there is a difference. I agree. Now, my next one is kind of a sleeper. I'd be surprised if you had this on your list. But now back, because we're '80s guys, dude. Remember, we're '80s guys. Huge '80s tune, 1982. It was a theme song for Rocky III. Eye of the Tiger. It's Survivor.
You got it on my list.
The singer there was Dave Bickler, but then they had to boot him out. He had like vocal cord issues. They brought in Jimmy Jamison.
Yeah, they didn't even wait for him to recover. They were like, "You're gone."
Right. They're like, well, they had to ride the Eye of the Tiger. They had to ride, so they brought in Jimmy Jamison, who did sound very much like Dave Bickler, and they had to record 2 albums.
I think he had more like a Steve Perry kind of more.
Jimmy Jamison.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's a better voice than Dave Bickler. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think he had like a Steve Perry kind of voice. He
did.
He made them more poppy.
Well, he did.
Even though the Eye of the Tiger was poppy, but this was
Eye of the Tiger was poppy, but no, he made it definitely.
What was that
poppy.
album? Vital Signs. That was huge.
Huge, dude. Yeah, huge. I mean, come on.
My wife loves that album.
I have that. I bought when I first came out. Great album. And then they had another album with him. Is This Love was their next hit off. They came out in 1986. A fabulous song. So, but. Yeah. Dave Bickler, little known fact, Dave Bickler did reappear in the late 90s, early 2000s. Remember, he was the voice of the Real Men of Genius Bud Light ads, actually. Did you know that? Remember that?
Useless
Real
information.
Men of Genius. It's Dave Bickler. It's the guy originally from Survivor.
Bickler's, his vocal cords he's big.
He's huge, dude. He was huge. And lastly, Jimmy Jamison. A lot of people don't realize Jimmy Jamison actually did the theme song for Baywatch.
Oh,
passed away a few years
ago. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. All right. So we got some more stuff. Next on my list. This is a huge one. I mean, everybody knows this one. Come on. Phil Collins replaced Peter Gabriel in Genesis.
Got him on my list too.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the most successful one of all time. I mean, right? I mean, aside from
he replaced the legend.
Right.
Peter Gabriel went on to have an incredible solo career, and
Phil
Collins came in and made them even bigger.
He did. And he launched his own.
An incredible solo career.
Phil Collins. Oh yeah, he's the man, dude.
He's the man.
He was the man.
Drummer and drumming. I mean, he was a drummer. Plus, he could sing and write. I mean, singing while you're playing is very difficult.
He's got a good voice too. Phil Collins does have a good voice.
Great voice. Great voice.
Okay, now my next one. I'm sure you have this on your list too. I mean, this is a biggie, of course. Is Hagar replaced David Lee Roth and Van Halen? I mean,
it breaks my heart.
I know.
It's all David Lee Roth's fault.
It is
a huge head.
Yep.
They were the biggest band in the world.
Yep.
And he had a huge ego. He should have just stayed.
And he wanted to toy around some keyboards and stuff. And Roth's like, no, man, we need to be a rock band. And the funny thing is, I always joke is I remember Roth was like, hey, they're like Mike and the Mechanics now. And then he comes out with his next album, the Skyscraper, and it sounded just like Van Hagar. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it was okay. But
but
at the end of the day, it was Roth's fault. Even to dislike Hagar because he left.
Yeah, it's true, man.
He left.
True, but hey, I mean, they were very successful. They sold a lot of albums. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, to me, you and I argue this, and we're having another podcast. They're just two different bands. You know what I mean? I like and I respect both.
Van Halen with Hagar is more like Journey,
right?
And Van Halen with Roth's more like, I think, more rock.
Yeah, edgy.
I mean, they're both. I mean,
they're both
fantastic.
I like them both, dude. They're both great.
Yeah.
Right, so we got that one.
I mean, Hagar's super talented. So
yes, and he's still around. And he actually sounds coherent.
Sounds way better than Roth does now. So.
That's true. I got a few more here. So another one, big one too. I don't know this, but David Gilmour replacing Sid Barrett in Pink Floyd.
Did you copy my list? I think you snuck into my house.
All right, I took
my list.
I got 3 more here. Okay, so I don't want to steal your thunder. Be really, really quick.
I'm sure you got. I'm telling you, we're very similar here. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So so I'm gonna go with this last few. Okay, there's a couple of Tommy DiCarlo recently passed. R.I.P. Tommy DiCarlo. He replaced Brad Delp in Boston. He kept Boston.
Yeah.
He kept Boston going for a long time. And I saw them about 10 years ago, 2015 at Sunfest in West Palm. My brother Jay, huge Tommy DiCarlo fan. Tommy DiCarlo actually lived in the same town as my brother, Fort Mill, South Carolina. My brother's actually moving back to Florida today. Hats off to him. But Tommy DiCarlo kept the Boston sound going for a number of years after Brad Delp sadly passed away. Hats off to him. My next one is Michael McDonald, actually, the Dewey Brothers.
I have that too.
Jeez, I'm sorry, dude. All right, I'm stealing your time. My last one. I know you don't have this last one because you say you hate this guy. That's Kelly Hansen replaced Lou Gramm for him.
Oh, that guy makes me sick.
He is a douchebag. But
he's a douche. He's
total douchebag.
Embrace Lou.
He crapped all over Lou Gramm last year.
He doesn't have a band.
Totally. Crapped all over Lou Gramm last year, man.
Cool.
I mean, I know. And he retired this Kelly Hansen guy. Like, dude, you're retiring from Foreigner. You're a cover singer, man. But he kept Foreigner's music going.
Yeah.
You know, just like Arnel. Arnel kept Journey's music going, and he's still touring Arnel.
But he's respectful. He's like, he always says to the fans,
hey,
Steve Perry came back on my gun.
Yeah, let me tell you something, dude. Like Arnel in the Philippines. I was in the Philippines back in 1989. I was in the Navy. There were a lot of great cover bands in the Philippines. So he was killing in the Philippines as a lounge singer singing Journey. And then Neil Schon found him in 2007 on YouTube, man, and he brought him back.
I've seen him I've seen him in concert. He's great.
But if you ever seen the documentary, it's an amazing story how Arnel came here. And you know when Arnel, when they found him in the Philippines, he was making like $20 a week. And then when Journey hired him, they doubled his pay to like $40 a week.
To me, $40.
It's Neil Schon. He needs that money.
Yeah, and Neil Schon. Well, you know, with Neil, he's using his American Express all the time.
That's a whole other story. And, so I'm sorry, dude.
I
went over a few. My apologies, man. But
I'm so upset. Well, you kind of did everything. So.
I did.
Kind of, but that's fine. I mean, we're thinking
along the same lines.
So, I mean, not to go, you know, listen, you know, I don't need to hear myself speak, but yeah, I'm in agreement. I had Brian Johnson replacing Bon Scott, and obviously had Hagar, replacing Roth, Steve Perry. My call Steve Perry, Bruce Dickinson,
right?
Phil Collins. I got Ronnie James, Black Sabbath. Michael McDonald with the Doobies. I mean,
you do have it on there.
And now they're touring together, so that's.
I didn't think you were going to have that on there.
Yeah. And then we got Gilmore replacing Sid.
Okay.
Here, I got one I got two that you didn't have. Fleetwood Mac was a great blues band with Peter Green.
That's right.
With a couple of really big hits.
Yep. True. Then they brought in Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham.
Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham came in and took them to a whole other level.
Oh, for sure.
So, probably one time the biggest band in the world.
They're the soundtrack of the 70s. I mean, this is Fleetwood Mac for sure.
Yeah, Peter Green, he sung Black Magic Woman, right?
He did?
He wrote it. He wrote.
Yeah, you wrote that.
And no, he did. Black Magic Woman is a Fleetwood Mac.
Okay. All right.
And then there's another one that he wrote. It's huge.
Okay.
Something Hopper, Green Hornet or something.
Oh. Don't know that one.
There's another famous song by them. So yeah, he was in Stevie Nicks and Lindsey replaced Peter Green because Peter Green I think went a little cuckoo himself. And then here's another one I have for Ted. Kevin Cronin replaced from REO Speedwagon.
He's not the original?
No, Terry Luttrell.
You know what? That's right.
In 1971, and I think they just did a concert together in Indiana with the original singer and Kevin. So,
because he left REO like 2 years ago, right?
Kevin? No,
yes,
it's a whole no, they did, but it's a whole legal thing. He wanted to keep it going, and they wanted to stop it, and it was a whole.
They didn't come back and play like one concert or something. You said,
and then I think they just recently did another one, so I think they're trying to mend the fence.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of money involved, man. I mean, so
yeah.
All right, so I did not know Kevin Cronin was the replacement singer.
So that's really where I'm at. I'm sticking. I'm done,
dude. You're right, dude. You're right. You would have like the exact same thing. Did you have Jimmy Jamison from Survivor on there?
Yep, I had that at 12.
You did? Oh God, man! Oh wow, crazy stuff. Well,
I had Ian Gillan.
Ian Gillan from Deep Purple.
The same thing with.
Remember. Ian Gillan did an album. He replaced Ronnie James Dio in Black Sabbath. He recorded an album.
Yeah, that's a great album.
Yeah, but it was only one album. Was it kind of like Born Again or something like that? I think it was called
Born Again. Yeah, it's a good album.
Yeah,
Tony Iommi actually wants to redo that album because he felt like the sound quality wasn't great. He thinks it should have been a lot better.
I remember when it came out, that was one of the knocks on it. Didn't sound good. That's right. I remember reading that. I didn't buy that album, but I remember when it came out. Interesting. So for me, I'm going to go Arnel, not Steve Perry. So I'm Arnel to me, you know what
Really?
I mean? I'm going, yeah, because he's kept them going, man. He's kept them. I mean, listen, Journey is great and everything, but Journey today is way bigger than they were 17 years ago in Arnel. I mean, he's prolonged that, man. So I'm really going Arnel. I'm taking Steve Perry off my list. So I'm going Arnel because he's a replacement singer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great story, man.
My disagreement is because he didn't really write anything. He just kind of stepped in as a singer.
Well, but that's replacement singer. Okay. We talked about this, Jeff. Replacement.
He wasn't impactful. It wasn't like
but he was impactful, dude.
Did a couple of albums and they were like, oh, he
I know, but they were teetering along, dude.
The torch with dignity. You know, I have a lot of respect for him, but I don't think
here's my rationale, dude. Journey was touring with this guy, Steve Argeri. They were drawing 2,000 or 3,000 people, okay? And he was pretty good. And then he couldn't sing anymore, so they brought in Jeff Scott Soto that went on one tour. They were making 2,000 or 3,000 people show up, and then they brought in Arnel, and then they became arena rockers again, dude. 50 years after their music came out. So that's why Arnel is he's a great replacement singer, dude, as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion. My opinion. Broad opinion.
I can't say that. I'm just saying he's great, but they're still like a kind of a cover band.
All right, well, whatever. That's my opinion, dude. Okay, so we need to go.
You're entitled to your opinion.
All right, so let's top 10. We both agree Brian Johnson is going to be on the list, correct?
Without a doubt.
All right. We both agree Phil Collins is going to be on the list, right?
100%.
How about Bruce Dickinson?
Like
Hagar?
I mean, that's a home run.
Hagar?
Yeah, that's even though I don't like it, it's a home run.
All right. And then Dio replacing
went to a home run too.
All right, so now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think you got to put Gilmore in. I mean, that
Gillan, Ian Gillan?
Oh, David Gilmour.
Oh, David Gilmour. Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right.
So we got Gilmore. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 so far. Okay.
I think you got to go with Fleetwood Mac. I mean, biggest band.
Yeah, but is there like one singer? Are you saying it's Stevie Nicks, or is it Lindsey Buckingham, or is it Christy McVie? I mean,
I think both. I think Lindsey and Stevie Nicks came in. I mean, that is
all right.
They took a band that was super popular,
okay,
and made them into
even
a whole other stratosphere.
All right. I'll go with that. Fleetwood Mac. Okay, so that's 7, right? We got Hagar on there, right?
I think we go with the Doobies.
Michael McDonald. Yeah, he definitely changed the dynamic of that band.
It took a whole they made him into a whole different band.
True. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got David Gillan left. We got.
I think the Deep Purple.
I'm sorry. We got Ian Gillan. We got Jimmy Jamison.
I think Deep Purple.
Yeah, Ian Gillan. Okay, so that's 8.
I mean, Smoke on the Water. When you come in and sing Smoke on the Water, that's rock.
We have 9. 9. We have 9. I mean, it's got 1 more left.
It sounds like
9. So it's either Jimmy Jamison, Tommy DiCarlo, Kelly Hansen, which I know you're gonna say no way.
No. I'm almost leaning on REO. I mean, like
or Arnel Pineda, dude. Come on, man. Arnel Pineda. You say Steve Perry, I say Arnel Pineda. Which one?
I would put Steve Perry.
All right, we'll go Steve Perry. All right, so
with the albums and all the music and
I hear you, dude. I hear you.
You can't take that over.
I know. Well, my thing is like when it comes down to the final 4, we already have Steve Perry was on our Mount Rushmore last episode.
So he could be on it again.
All right,
greatness is greatness.
All right. So here's what we got. We got Steve Perry, we got Brian Johnson, Phil Collins, Ian Gillan, Bruce Dickinson, Sammy Hagar, Ronnie James Dio, David Gilmour, Michael McDonald, and Stevie Nicks. So we got to narrow down to 4, dude. It's going to be very difficult because I like all these picks.
Very, very hard. Very hard.
Who is on the definitely that stands out like you can't say no way? If there's one on there like no way, it's got to be Phil Collins, right? Or
I would put Phil in.
Phil's going to be the automatic.
Yeah, he took Genesis into a whole other stratosphere too.
Yeah. I mean, you can make an argument that Brian Johnson, because Back in Black sold so many records, but
it was an incredible transition. I mean, it was seamless.
But I mean, you can't say it's all because of Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson's in there.
I don't know about the top 4 now. Top 4 on Mount Rushmore. Phil Collins for sure. I would argue Bruce Dickinson.
I would put Bruce.
I mean,
So
Bruce
you
Dickinson.
want
Who else?
Bruce Dickinson.
Dickinson.
Oh, I say it wrong.
That's okay.
Even though I see him Maiden a lot. All right, Dickinson. I'm sorry. 2.
We got Hagar. We got Dio. Brian Johnson, Steve Perry. This is tough.
I would put Steve Perry. He took that band and made them huge.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, dude, but I mean, I don't know. He's already on our Mount Rushmore for the.
So what?
Yeah,
list. I mean, what are you gonna do? Because he's so great. We got to take him off other lists.
Well, I know, but I mean, I'm just thinking, like, dude, Brian Johnson, Bruce Dickinson, Hagar, Dio. I mean, I can make a mark for Hagar.
I would put Gilmore. I would put Gilmore, one of the biggest bands of all time. I mean, without Gilmore's that voice, you wouldn't have Comfortable.
Yeah, but they're really known for their vocals. They're known for their vocals
of all time is Dark Side of the Moon with Gilmore and his great guitar work.
It's the guitar work, not the vocals, dude.
Oh my god, his vocals are incredible. Roger Waters is okay, but his transition and that soft vocal, oh my.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on Gilmore for best replacement vocals yet. Spectacular guitarist, dude. Don't get me wrong. There might be.
I love his voice.
Well, I mean, Brian Johnson, maybe.
Well,
Bruce Dickinson?
I say put Bruce, Brian Johnson. So you got for those two.
Can we get an American on there? I mean, we got. All right, so we got Phil Collins for sure, right?
I would do Brian, Phil Collins, Bruce.
It's a tough one, dude.
Either Steve Perry or Michael McDonald.
It's
huge with Michael McDonald, the Doobies.
True, but I mean, he left after a couple albums. And
that's what he does. He leaves.
Yeah, I'm not putting Michael McDonald, dude. Bruce Dickinson's had a more longer career. You know what I mean?
Well, he made Maiden. I mean,
he did make Maiden. That's my point. That's what I'm saying.
I'm agreeing with that.
Yeah, I'm going Bruce Dickinson, dude.
All right, I'm in.
Phil Collins, Bruce Dickinson. Okay, and then I'm gonna go
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson, yeah.
That is a slam dunk. You just said it before with Back in Black.
Yeah, 80 million
albums.
About
the Rock. Come on.
I mean, there's no way you're gonna say Hagar, right? There's just no way. Or Steve Perry.
I'd rather see Steve Perry than Hagar.
Okay.
I mean,
I think you're right. Steve Perry.
Okay. Without Sammy Hagar, Van Halen's dead. Okay, they might have found somebody else. Okay, but they only went on to do 4 albums with Sammy, and 2 of them really did okay. Third is pretty good, and the 4th kind of bombed. But Steve Perry, he completely transformed Journey.
True. Yeah, you're right. You're right, dude. You're right.
There were, I think, 5 or 6 albums, with him that were insane.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Steve Perry. All right, Steve Perry. You're right, dude. Listen, I'm a Journey fan. I love Steve Perry.
Yeah.
So, Steve Perry, and then we got one more left, dude. One more. So we got Steve Perry, Phil Collins, Bruce Dickinson. Who's we got left? We got.
Wait, I thought we had Perry, Phil Collins, Bruce, and Brian Johnson. 4.
Oh, Brian Johnson. All right, so we got 4. Okay. All right.
I think that's a great. I mean, it's a great list.
It is a great list. Perry, Johnson, Phil Collins.
I mean, Hagar. Listen, Hagar was the top 10. I just think Brian Johnson made AC/DC. I mean,
Brian Johnson made AC/DC. Steve Perry made Journey. Phil Collins transformed. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And Bruce Dickinson, it made Iron Maiden, dude. And they're
yeah, and the thing with Sammy Hagar, quite frankly, if it didn't work, they would still been remembered as the greatest band, one of the greatest bands of all time. Journey would never probably be Journey without Perry.
No. You're right, dude. You're right.
Genesis probably would have died without Phil. And AC/DC they might have been just a band.
And plus AC/DC, they're pure rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've stood the test of time. I mean, they're still out there touring. They are touring. I mean, they do tour.
Yeah, they're touring this summer. Yeah.
I mean, so yeah.
I mean, I think these are singers that transform the bands.
Yes, that's what we're looking for. You're right. Transformed.
And every one of these bands are Hall of Famers.
Yeah. I mean, Brian Johnson maybe not transformed AC/DC, but Perry definitely transformed Journey. Phil Collins transformed Genesis. Bruce Dickinson transformed the. Brian Johnson, I think, kept it going.
I think the Brian Johnson years are very impactful. I am a Bon Scott fan all day. If you said to me tomorrow, if you could bring him back, I'm taking Bon Scott. But Brian Johnson made that into a whole other band.
Yeah.
I think a little bit even more hard.
I would say I would listen. I know we got our 4. I would say Hagar is more transformational than Brian Johnson. It's because they changed everything, and he's kept rock and roll going for all these years, man. That's me, you know. But I think we had a good list, dude.
I think Eddie Van Halen could have made me a rock star.
Well, they hired Gary Sharon, and that didn't work out. And Gary Sharon.
Well, that was at the end. That was rock was kind of dead then.
True. No,
they were actually going to put. They actually asked Patti Smythe first before Hagar.
Yeah, I think I did read that. But going back to Gary Sharon,
that would have been kind of cool.
We love Gary Sharon and Extreme. We love them.
Yeah, and they're working on a new album.
Yes, and then they're amazing. So, anyways, so we did it. We got our Mount Rushmore top 4 best replacement singers. Steve Perry, no specific order. Steve Perry for Journey, Brian Johnson, AC/DC, Phil Collins is Phil Collins, and Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden, right?
Yeah.
Right on you. So make sure you click subscribe, hit the bell thing so you get notified when we have a new podcast. And we are on Apple and Spotify in addition to YouTube. We are the 280s dudes, and we're killing it. Now, our next episode, we're going to have a special guest on. We have a different topic.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be good.
And we're going to have a special guest, and he's kind of a social media guy as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and that'll be coming up soon. All right, my friend, hats off to us for coming up with another fantastic list.
I couldn't put my hat on it. I got to go to work.
Yeah, all right. I know. I got to go to work too. So, all right, peace out, dude. We'll see you soon.
Peace out.
Later.
Later.